Deep inside a remote cave in the Altai Mountains of Siberia, archaeologists found a tiny fragment of a finger bone. It was so small it could have belonged to a child. But when they sequenced the DNA, the results didn't just surprise the scientific world, they shattered it. It wasn't a modern human, and it wasn't a Neanderthal. It was something else, a ghost species that lived in the shadows for hundreds of thousands of years. They were giants. They were built for the freezing cold, and at one point, they were our greatest rivals. These are the Denisovans, and the scariest part, they never really went extinct. They're still here, hiding inside your own DNA. Think about this. We have maps of distant galaxies. We have explored the deepest trenches of the ocean, but we have no idea what these people actually look like. We have never found a complete Denisovan skull, not one. We're tracking a phantom, a 6-foot-tall, muscular, cold-adapted predator that hunted the same plains as our ancestors, yet left almost no trace of its existence. For decades, we thought the story of human evolution was simple. There was us, sapiens, and there were the Neanderthals, a two-way fight for the planet. But the discovery in Denisova Cave changed everything. It revealed that the ancient world was crowded. It was a Lord of the Rings reality, filled with different types of humans. The Denisovans weren't just another human species. They were the giants of the East. While Neanderthals claimed Europe, the Denisovans ruled the vast, brutal landscapes of Asia and Siberia. They lived in high altitudes where oxygen is thin and the cold is lethal. They didn't just survive there, they thrived. Let's look at the ghost evidence. Because we don't have their faces, we have to look at their code. When scientists compared Denisovan DNA to modern populations, they found a twist that sounds like science fiction. People in Tibet have a specific gene that allows them to live at extreme altitudes without their blood thickening. For years, doctors wondered how they evolved this so fast. The answer? They didn't. They stole it. Through interbreeding, the Denisovans passed this superpower gene to our ancestors. We didn't evolve to survive the mountains. We merged with a species that already had. We are part ghost. But if they were so advanced and so physically powerful, why did they vanish? Or better yet, did they? Imagine being a sapiens hunter 50,000 years ago, moving through the dark forests of Southeast Asia. You see a fire in the distance. You see figures that look human, but they're larger. Their teeth are massive, almost like a wolf's. Their brow is thick. They move with a grace that shouldn't belong to something that big. This is where the Uncanny Valley comes from, that deep, primal fear of something that looks almost human, but isn't quite right. Our ancestors didn't just see these creatures in their nightmares. They saw them across the campfire. They fought them, they traded with them, and eventually, they replaced them. But here's the twist that keeps anthropologists up at night. While we have found very few bones in Siberia, DNA tells us that the Denisovans traveled further than any other ancient human. We find their genetic signature in the rainforests of Melanesia and the indigenous tribes of Australia. That means these cold-adapted giants somehow crossed the Wallace Line, the deep water barrier that separates Asia from Australia. They were sailors. They were explorers. They were doing things we thought only modern humans were capable of tens of thousands of years before us. So, if they were smart, strong, and highly traveled, what wiped them out? Some believe it was a genetic war. As sapiens flooded out of Africa in massive numbers, we didn't just kill the Denisovans with spears. We absorbed them. We outbred them. We diluted their blood until the only thing left of their entire civilization was a few strands of code in a Tibetan mountain climber or a Solomon Islander. The Denisovans are the ultimate lost civilization. They didn't leave us stone cities or gold crowns. They left us our biology. Every time a person survives in the freezing cold of the Himalayas or the thin air of the Andes, the ghost of the Denisovan is waking up. We are currently searching the soil of caves across Asia, not for bones, but for environmental DNA. We're literally hunting their ghosts in the dirt, and every day we find that they were more like us than we ever wanted to admit. But the Denisovans weren't the only ones hiding in the dark. There was another species, a hobbit human that lived on a cursed island where everything grew to monster proportions. But that is a story for the next video. If you want to see the goblins that lived in total darkness, check out our video on the hidden species of the underworld, and don't forget to subscribe to Primeval Life. The past is more terrifying than